Hi, I'm Sky.
Hi, Kyle here.
Mark. Hi, I'm Reggie.
Hi, I'm Keen.
Hi, I'm Sas.
Hello, it's Uzai here.
And we are
ThinkSync.
Hi, are you an international student? Are you having difficulties trying to find people who's on the same subject and wanted to learn more? Well, we've got you covered. Let me introduce to you ThinkSync.
Well, one of
Oh, hey, I'm Kyle.
Hi, I'm Sas.
We're going to talk about the things that we've learned.
And the challenges we faced while developing this app.
Hi everyone, my name is Kyle, and we built an app for students where they can track their study time and share their resources. And I work on the Android side of ThinkSync, and here's what I've learned along the way. So we built a dashboard that shows your study time trends. And the trick was taking a list of study sessions and adding them up based on the date. I learned how to use date comparisons in Kotlin to filter logs for daily, weekly, and monthly totals. Then I connected those totals to progress bars so users can visually see their progress. And for the tracking form, I didn't just use a simple text field. I wanted a drop-down menu with categories like reading or homework that I loaded from the server. I learned how to fetch data for a drop-down when the screen loads and how to map user selection back to an ID that the server understands. It made the form more user-friendly and dynamic. One of the biggest lessons was from the API. The data I needed wasn't direct response, it was hidden inside the text field. It was like getting a box inside a box and another box with a real GIF, So I had to write code to first open the outer box and then open the inner one. So it taught me to always be ready to adapt to how the server sends data. I learned how to convert an image into a base64 string and build a massive JSON object with all the required details like title, description, user ID, and the expiration date. It taught me a lot about attention to detail and following the API specifications exactly. So my biggest takeaways were always be adaptable, how to handle and display data, and the importance of a smooth user experience and writing clean, organized code for complex features. Building ThinkSync was a huge learning experience for me. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Today I'm excited to announce our new app, ThinkSync. It's an homework companion study buddy, which makes our work easier in school and doing our assignments, setting our deadlines, and making bigger tasks smaller, manageable. So it includes a listing, a tracker which tracks our hours, about how long we studied, and our study type, study course. Instead of being overwhelmed, students can track their progress, and stay on top of the deadlines and actually save time while improving their learning. So let's check the app out. This is our app. This is called ThinkSync, the front page. So you have to sign up. Since I'm already a user, I'm just gonna log in. That's done. And it takes a while. Log in. So here you can enter your hours, right? Here you can enter your hours. Here is subject, and then here is the type, like the subject type, homework or something. Then here's the dashboard. It just says error because I didn't enter anything. So here's the listing. You can add a listing. For example, let's say I have a deadline So it's gonna be MIS 332 description submitted by 13 Sept. Done. Pick an image. You can pick an image. And then here is a list of things I need to do. Pick image. Okay, done. And submit. There we go. And there's components. Here you can add. Here is the new study type. This one is admin button. Here, wait. And that's how much we've done so far.
Hi, so I'm Keith,
And I'm Reggie.
and we are
the
the
.NET developers for ThinkSync.
So this is our website that have developed for our users. The way the website flows is first the user will register their first name, last name, and then their username followed by their password. Once they've registered and log in using their username and password, they will be greeted with this homepage, and they will see 3 cards wherein they can track their studies, their list, and admin console. Here in the admin console, they can put their subjects and the hours of what subjects they would like to study at. And for tracking hours, here they can track how many hours they have studied. And on our listings, here they can see the subject line, the subject profile, the date, as well as the subject names.
So as Kin already mentioned about the 3 cards here in welcome page, I will briefly explain what's inside for these 3 cards. So let's go first in the admin console, where you can add study type like group study here. And here in tracking page, where you can choose your subject. This is the one that I added, calculus, and you can input in the field for the hours that you've spent for studying. Example here, 5 hours, and then submit. And you can see the dashboard here for the study hours that you are already spent studying for that course. That's for the tracking, and then we'll go with the listing page. This is inside the listing pages. We have the title field, the event date, some brief description. You can also upload an image, and course ID, type ID, and of course there's a submit button listing. So those are the 3 field cards for the welcome page.
So one of the problems that we've encountered with me and Reggie and the rest of the team is it's important, especially for us .NET developers, to communicate with AWS developers, since our text fields needs to be aligned with each other for our system to work. And as for Reggie,
Yeah, as Kin what mentioned, we need to be on the same page. And also the one reason why one main problems that we have encountered is the time management of each other, because some of our team are working at night and some are working in the morning, so we barely talk to each other, and then we just only talk with like if they are free and we are free as well.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason.
hi, I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Uzai, and we are the AWS developers of ThinkSync.
So for AWS, I've learned a lot, especially with coordinating with teams. Team coordination is really important, especially if you're working as a group. And for AWS, I've learned how to create listings. I learned how to code and decode if there's any problem. And well, if I could like pursue my career using AWS, I would really choose AWS because it's quite challenging, but it's enjoyable. So.
I think I like it.
AWS is one of the important role for me because you're working at the back end, and as I mentioned earlier, team coordination is important, especially with AWS, because in order for you to create your code or implement your changes, you also need to gather the idea of your group mates or your teammates or your team as it is. So yeah.
Hello there, I'm Uzai and one of the AWS developers of ThinkSync. I had some hands-on experience about building an API in the cloud from the ground up, which was a good learning experience for me. For me, the toughest part wasn't the tech or the implementation of it, but it was the communication. Because as you may guess, coordinating with the team was tricky at times because everyone might be dealing with a different issue because we're doing the backend, right? So finding the common ground took some effort, but we worked through it and I think we learned a ton. But in the end, all those challenges kind of paid off because seeing the app up and running and functional did feel like a good accomplishment.
Hey, in addition to what we have learned from midterms, after that, we've learned how to embed videos. The videos actually adds more aesthetics to the website or to the app, which allows users to play and have an audio and a visual presentation of what the brand is. Next, we've also learned how to do the drop-down. The drop-down allows the users to select products that has been pre-set up by the AWS team. Furthermore, we've also learned how to do the listings. Listings allows them to select whatever topic that they wanted to review or to study for the application. And of course, last but not the least, we've learned how to make sure on making sure that the logic of the codes makes sense. Otherwise, coding is not gonna work. With regards to soft skills, it's important coordination needs to be practiced very well. Without coordination, there's always going to be a problem. Codes will always be error.
Okay, let's go.
Another thing, it's also important to be detail-oriented. As simple as spacing, capitalization, and of course, whatever it is that you're typing, that's always significant. Otherwise, it's gonna be an error. With regards to soft skills, it's important to have coordination. AWS and the developers need to be in the same page. So, as an overall, as an iOS developer, it's very fulfilling and very fun to coordinate with friends, coordinate with the team, and of course, learning at the same time. This is your iOS developer. I'll see you around. Bye. And we are ThinkSync.